It's the Data Break Podcast, episode 49 for the week of February 21st, 2016. I'm your host, James Lee. With me today, we have Ravenstorm Barkin.
Hello there.
And Taylor Kelsey.
Hello there.
No relation, of course.
The person who, of course, we were talking about is Max Lee, who is absent this week. He's unfortunately under the weather. So
are we all under the weather? The sky's above us.
Yeah.
I never understood that. There's always weather, and we're on the ground, and the weather's above us. Everyone is always under the weather.
I don't understand it either. It's
you didn't make the English language, James. I need an explanation from you right now.
So how are you guys doing? Doing all right?
Good.
How's the past week been
I'm
treating you?
doing better than ever.
Awesome.
I've played so many video games.
Awesome. Cool. I had a 1 week respite from my constant hail of work and school. Well, still work and still school, but they're a little bit less brutal this time. But next week will be pretty brutal. So we may or may not postpone the 50th episode, but I do want to do it.
There's going to be a
before
listener backlash, James.
I know. I do want to do it before Ravenstorm departs. So
where's he departing? Where are you going?
Oh, dude. Okay, so
What's happening?
I can leave this for the end, or I'll do it now. If
we'll.
I want to know.
Well, then I'll keep the suspense till the end, because that's when it'll be most effective.
To be like, I'm going to jail.
Well, no.
Well, we'll leave the suspense for
Not
later.
yet.
We'll leave the suspense for later.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of news this week, so we will end. It's a short podcast this week, so we'll try to hit it super fast, running around the speed of sound. Got places. Okay. This weekend I tried to install Linux Mint. Just yesterday. And yesterday was basically the worst day to try to install Linux on your computer. Linux Mint at least, because their servers got hacked and some hackers injected a backdoor into their distro of Linux. So and it was just kind of put in there, and then people were downloading the files and installing on their computers, and then not knowing that there's this backdoor. Really bad. Really. Actually, the Linux Mint website is still down. So it's a huge security breach. The Linux Mint forums were compromised, and I think the hackers are selling the info for something to the tune of $84,000. But I think
who's buying that?
I don't know. Some hacker group. Might have been 4chan.
Who is this 4chan?
So
They'll never not get old.
Yeah, I love that thing. Honestly, it's one of the good. It's one of the few good
things that come out of cable news.
Yeah, things that we just laugh about, really. Yeah, I think it was $84,000, but other reports have said it might have been a typo, and it's actually $84. I highly doubt it's $84, but Linux Mint is actually one of the more popular distros.
Yep.
Of Linux, next to Ubuntu and whatnot. But I went on the forums to see what was up about this, and Linux. First of all, Linux users are probably have a reputation for being kind of the most that guy person on the internet.
Oh my gosh.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Okay, so I personally do like to use Linux from time to time. I have a Mint distro, untouched, of course, from I think a month or so back. Okay. On a flash drive that I use to boot up on my laptop whenever I want to do code that needs compiling, like C, namely. Mm-hmm. It's just a little bit easier and a little bit more fun, and I can say I'm exploring Linux. But people who use Linux regularly tend to be obnoxious about it. It's like they are the vapors of the OS community.
Oh no.
It's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. It's just
vapors.
Yeah.
Can you please?
But
not?
yeah.
It's not a good comparison. No one likes the dirty vapors.
The issue is that they kind of sort of try to inject Linux into
backdoors?
Basically. Well, they try to inject Linux into every conversation that you have about computing. It's you're just talking and it's like, oh yeah, I really like this game. I'm really liking how the Witness is playing right now, and then the Linux guy, that guy is always like, oh, I play it, but it's not on Linux.
Jonathan Blow would probably be the Linux guy, the maker of the Witness. He would probably be the same guy to say that.
I mean, I don't know if he actually
game choice.
I don't know if it's out. Oh yeah, well, I was just trying to pull a random game.
Yeah.
But like, or it's like, but what about Linux support? It's like, it's a lot of. I mean, there's a lot of merit in Linux.
There's a culture of victimization, though. It's like no one develops for Linux. These aren't for Linux. But you chose that. It's free.
It's not. It's like, it's anarchy, really. The freedom is also, it's a double-sided coin. You can't have everything, and the anarchy is what it's just a bureaucratic mess to try to deal with Linux, really, because like
I thought it was anarchy. There's no bureaucrats in anarchy.
well, like, if you're a large company trying to develop software, dealing with Linux is probably probably really hard to do.
Not something I want to do.
Yeah. So not a fan. I'm not. It's kind of scary. Also, there was background music going on that I totally forgot about.
I heard a little bit of it, not a ton of it.
Hopefully, we don't get a copyright thing for that. Anyways, yeah. So again, but anyways, what I was saying was I was going on the forums, and the best thing about the Linux forums is that not only on top of that Linux guy mentality, of like trying to inject Linux into every conversation, you have another level of that where you're trying to inject your favorite distro into the conversation.
I'm gonna try to out Linux you.
Yeah, basically, it's like, oh, this is why Red Hat is better, or this is why.
Honestly, Mint is amazing.
I like
that.
Mint.
That sounds like vegetarians and vegans. Where like you always talk about how you're vegetarian, and then even more obscure is you talk about how you're vegan.
Exactly. But like, think about like, there's like 40 different types of vegans trying to argue over each other which vegan is the best.
They're ovo lacto vegan. Special
There's people who
pescatarian vegan.
There's rabbitarians who only eat carrots and lettuce.
I'm a shadowtarian. I don't eat anything that casts a shadow.
Oh, that's hard.
So fire? Does fire cast a shadow? Light? You just eat light?
Ideas. We have to go.
Knowledge was their treasure.
Beyond knowledge is my food. Taylor.
If I could eat knowledge, I would. So I guess I'm that.
So yeah, it's really funny to see like all this like, oh, this is why Mint is trash. It's pretty funny.
We had a good argument yesterday.
Oh yeah. It was fun. It was fun reading it. Actually though, it turns out because I was about to install it when I read the article that it was that the files have been compromised, and as a matter of fact, despite it was actually the file that I downloaded was actually not compromised for a really awesome reason. I downloaded Mint via torrent. It is Linux distros are one of the few legal torrents that you'll see on the internet. Because at the end of the day, torrent is just a method of sharing files, right? And there are files that are indeed legal to share. I mean, we share like documents with each other all the time for editing or whatever. And so the good thing about torrents is that they do hash checking, what's called hash checking. So that basically, it basically is that it kind of scans the file and it kind of just like analyzes each like little bit of the file and matches it up with everyone else's bits.
Dude, that's a great way to make sure information isn't destroyed or censored.
Yeah, that's what it is.
I think that's an important part of the peer-to-peer internet that needs to be coming out.
That's the beauty of torrents, really. It's basically like on-the-fly data auditing. And so anybody who downloaded it via torrent was not affected by it, because only if you downloaded it directly from the website it was affected. So yay for torrents, I guess. Speaking of which, actually, Did you guys hear about that? The game cracking group that were taking a 1 year hiatus to see if video game sales were affected by piracy.
Who is it? Who is it?
I forget what it was. It was a Chinese hacker group, not 4chan. I think they used some initials. It had an E in it, but I could try to pull it up though. But 3DM, it's 3DM, and they're taking a 1 year hiatus.
Nice.
From cracking games. So people
That's
who are
funny.
So like they're gonna see if, because they're the people who crack the DRM so you can pirate games properly and play them, and they're taking a break to see how it affects sales. But the issue is that there's no control, and it's just kind of a weird test, and like the results are gonna be, it's not gonna be statistically reliable, right?
Yeah, that's too bad. But it's not. But it's a statement more than anything else.
Yeah, and I do want to see how it pans out. Do you think sales will be affected?
No.
No.
Other people will go up and take their torch.
That's what I think too.
Yeah, there's Extreme Zone, Reloaded, Skid Row. They're like
Skid Row here is one of the more popular ones.
Skid Row is good. There.
Well, but we're not condoning it or anything. Well, I'm not.
Well, I am, but they might not be. I don't speak for everyone.
Yeah. Independent minds here over at Data Break. So yeah, they're taking a break. But what if, we got these evil crackers, injecting backdoors into
Hey, don't say that. That's triggering my political correctness.
My brain was you're talking about white people. So confused. It's like just out of nowhere you're talking about evil crackers.
These evil crackers.
Where did this come from?
It's the evil crackers' fault. All the
he's getting
record
back at
labels
me.
are blaming
He's getting
evil
back
crackers.
at everyone for the Asian racism last week.
It's just me this time though, so I don't know why I'd be doing so.
Yeah, we have a very equally diverse podcast.
Technically, I don't count as diverse because I don't have a name.
You're even more diverse though. Yeah. That's the beauty of it. Data Break, a reflection of America.
A reflection of
a reflection of America. A guy named Ravenstorm.
Yep.
Well, last time I checked,
accurate reflection of America.
I was here first.
Last time I checked, America was just a gun. It was a picture of a gun. That's what I. Topical humor.
It's.
Yeah.
He just pulled out of the race, so now
That's
it's just
true.
a picture of a sad face. This is America.
America is a holstered gun.
He'll get him next time. The dynasty will live on.
Right. But enough of that. I'll try not to go down that road too quick. So Chinese hackers cracking, injecting fun stuff, right? But speaking of backdoors, Apple made an interesting. Oh no, sorry. Apple
starts with an A and it relates to backdoors.
Starts with an A, ends with L, ends with back.
Ends with L.
Oh right, LE. Sorry, I'm bad.
What are we talking about?
Apple.
ANALE.
What's happening?
Terrible jokes. That's what's happening.
Okay.
Apple took a stand against the feds today, or this past week, over basically unlocking a phone. So several months back, there's a shooting in San Bernardino. Right?
Yes.
I think it was at an abortion center, hospital, something like that. Sorry, it's been a long time since I read that headline. But anyways, another thing is that this entire affair has been a complete mess. It's been a complete clusterfuck. I believe the landlord, there's been nothing but mismanagement in this entire thing. There was a case where the landlord opened up the apartment where the shooter lived without anyone's permission, and all the journalists came in and basically fucked everything up. They were taking pictures of social security numbers, like the shooter's mother's social like ID card was like taken a picture of. They're tampering with they're basically tampering with evidence, and it was just horrible, like a terrible thing. And then the latest chapter in this fiasco is the feds want access to the shooter's iPhone, to find out what they've been, what led up to this. And Apple is refusing to basically unlock it for them, through whatever means possible, either, providing
They would have to make
details or...
They would have to make a version of iOS that somehow had a way in so that it could be decrypted.
Right.
That puts a lot of things at risk.
And I think even it turns out that Apple's records show that someone changed the password to the account like a little bit after the shooting, after everything happened, suggesting that I think it was a county employee that tried to access the phone by resetting the Apple ID password. So that was, that employee was kind of acting on their own terms too, and it's just bad news all around. But Apple's refusing to open up backdoors on their iPhones for them for the sake of security, and which is good, I think. I think it's good.
Although, yeah, John McAfee.
Oh, this is a funny one. Yes.
Yeah, the guy McAfee Virus Protection is named for. He said that he would crack the San Bernardino iPhone with his team of hackers in 3 weeks if the feds really wanted it.
Yeah.
So that Apple wouldn't have to do it.
Yeah, because the issue itself, in itself, isn't so I guess I really need a lawyer. We really need someone who's studying law to be on the podcast, because I think the issue is that the feds are trying to crack open the iPhone, and I guess they can't do it. It's not that it's illegal for them to. Well, that gets kind of fuzzy.
They can't do it. I think they want Apple to put a backdoor on it. Yes. I'm sure of it.
Well, they want Apple to do it because it's easier for them to access the data. And Apple's that's that they're literally just betraying their user base. That's what it is.
Yep.
So
traitor
by John McAfee's I guess response is a weird way of solving it, is that you get a third party to crack it, and that way, legally speaking, some guy just hacked the phone. Mm-hmm. And whether or not he's classified as a contractor for the government at that point is another matter entirely. But yeah, so I think it's good on Apple's part to insist on maintaining security. Call Apple heavy-handed at times, because there's that time where if you try to repair your iPhone, it would just brick the phone. If your screen cracked and you try to replace the screen, you wouldn't be able to use your phone anymore.
When did that happen? How long ago was this?
It was pretty recent, a couple weeks ago. And that again was for the sake of security, because they don't want people tampering with the Touch ID, the fingerprint sensor, because that's used for payments and stuff. So again, it sounds heavy-handed, but in reality, it's it's for the sake of security. So I think that's okay. And honestly, their stance on this has been really, I used to be a pretty big critic of Apple, but nowadays I'm actually a pretty big supporter of them. I'm really liking what they're doing. So yeah.
So I'm actually a big supporter of Apple in this, which is weird because I never thought I would be on the side of the giant corporation for a court case.
Yeah.
I get if it's them versus the government though. They have every right to keep this. This would fuck with everything.
Yeah.
Also,
go ahead, Ravenstorm.
I think it's not. I think that our privacy is intruded upon enough nowadays, and I think that banning encryption, which I think is something the
that's
U.S.
a
government is trying to
silly
do,
thing. That's a silly
is
thing, yeah.
not going. It can't happen. It's not going to happen. But I mean, that's encryption is the only thing keeping a free and open web.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only thing. Otherwise, we would be subject to who knows what, all sorts of censorship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And another thing is that, like, I mean, and I think Apple's right here, is that if they provide backdoor access to the U.S. government, every government is going to ask for backdoor access. You know, the British government,
or they'll get it.
all the other I mean, yeah. So, you open the door. I mean, you open the back door, everyone's coming in through the back door.
Yep.
Just like my ex. No, I'm kidding.
Good.
Yeah.
But it's really funny to see all the political candidates like they should give it to the government. It's like, but all you political candidates are owned by fucking corporations.
Yeah, right.
It's kind of it's weird that, like, why do you? I don't know. They're all pro government, I guess. So of course they want.
Wasn't someone calling for like, let's boycott Apple products?
Donald Trump.
And what's funny, I love this
favorite person.
And what's funny is that he's a huge proprietor, like he's a huge guy for, like, American-made stuff.
It's bizarre, yeah.
And Apple is an American company of all things. So, all right, dude, just boycott an American company. Why don't you?
I'm pretty sure Trump is a plant. He's a plant.
He's a plant?
What kind of plant?
By the DNC?
He's a plant. Yeah, exactly. He's a plant, and he's going to make sure that he's the Republican candidate by drawing all the attention, and then it's going to come down to him versus probably Bernie, and then against all odds, Bernie's going to win against Trump.
I would love to see that happen. Honestly, we would be telling our children, remember that time when that guy had to run against some weird businessman TV star?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like Arnold Schwarzenegger, but worse.
Right. Yes.
Also, Ronald Reagan was an actor and president, so that's famous people being in power is not that
not
crazy
unheard of,
I suppose.
I suppose.
Admittedly, Reagan wasn't exactly the best thing for the country either.
I can't wait for Trumponomics.
Yep.
Trumponomics.
Where he fires everyone.
Doesn't trickle at all. Doesn't trickle at all.
He points directly into the camera.
No leaks.
Like,
You're fired.
Mexicans, you're fired.
I thought we were taking this slow,
honest
but
view.
like going down this road slowly, but I guess not.
Whatever.
Where
I'm
are
willing to
handbrakes?
openly make fun of Trump.
Oh yeah.
It's not a big deal to me.
Yeah, no. That's the easy. Moving on. So this is the best news because it happened today, of all days. Even though news never comes out on Sunday when we record podcasts generally.
No.
Oculus, or no, not Oculus. Sorry, HTC
Oculus
Vive
Vive.
price. HTC Vive prices are announced. $800.
Okay.
I like that response.
Does that include the?
That includes the controllers and the Lighthouse kit that tracks your controllers.
For sure. That sounds appropriate.
I think so too. Yep.
How much was the Oculus?
$600.
Okay.
So $200 more for the controllers and the stations and all that. I think that's fair.
Have they come out with the specs for how insane your computer has to be?
I'm not sure yet. I haven't seen it. But I mean, it's probably going to be as insane, if not more insane, than Oculus. So
I wonder if they're losing money on how much they're losing on that.
Yeah, because everyone expected. I know some people were my friend was expecting it to be $1,200, which is kind of really insane, to be honest.
But dude, you have to see it to believe it. And
that's true.
Max when you
has
see
seen
it, and when you believe it, you will understand.
Everything will be worth.
I have a picture on my phone of when Ravenstorm was believing it. The exact time. Not that one
moment.
specifically, but VR in general.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do you guys see the picture of 500 people in a room, like an auditorium, and they're all wearing Oculus Rifts?
I retweeted
and Mark
that earlier
Zuckerberg
today.
is walking through with the fucking giant smile on his face.
Right. So
No.
Samsung was doing because it's Mobile World Congress this week. So a lot of the big phone companies are announcing their products. We'll get to that in a second.
Ravenstorm, Google this picture real quick.
I can even link you to the tweet if honestly.
It's gold.
So yeah, and they and Samsung they also have their own VR headsets, the Gear VR that you Ravenstorm were pretty excited about, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And it's just the weirdest thing. Everyone's just wearing VR headsets, and it looks kind of creepy.
It looks. Someone
know.
said like.
Okay,
Black
wait,
Mirror
but
Season 3.
if you told me 120 years ago, okay, that soon. Oh, actually, I don't know when that was invented. You know, never mind. If you told me before the advent of film, okay, that in the future people would pay to congregate in giant auditoriums, and they would pay reverence to a screen and stare directly at it, all silent and motionless for 2 hours.
I would say, hey, that sounds like theater. That's not crazy.
Yeah, yeah,
Boom.
right. So
Point is wrong.
I think the VR thing is just as weird, though. It's just we're not accustomed to it.
Yeah, one of the funny thing about the image that I retweeted earlier today on my Twitter at the James Lee is there's these two guys that are looking at each other, and the image makes it look as if like it's one headset, and it just looks like a really long headset. And I was like, all right, I knew the
Co-op.
Samsung phones were getting big, but this is kind of excessive.
We need co-op VR.
Co-op VR. That sounds like a lot of
I'll
head
take the
banging.
left eye.
You take the right. That sounds like the next great Ubisoft conference. So yeah, crazy VR things coming up. And I think the expectations, like, this is the best way the prices could have been announced, because if it was done the other way around, it would have been horrible, absolutely horrible. Like, because HTC, announces their Vive headset at $800 at CES, right? Everyone's like, "Whoa, it's so expensive! Holy crap! Why? It's so expensive! I knew that it'd be more expensive than the Oculus, but what is this? Hopefully, the Oculus is actually what they promised it to be, like $300." And then Oculus comes out, it's like, "Well, it's not much better. It's not much better, guys."
Yeah.
And everyone would just
Oculus would
everyone
look
just
real
leave.
fucking bad because they'd come out with less and for a little bit less.
Yeah. So
Like, the price difference is not in Oculus's favor.
everyone just looks bad in that scenario. I honestly, given the seemingly open discussion, development for VR, I would like to believe that once I would like to believe that Valve or HTC and Oculus kind of laid their cards on the table for each other and decided what the best way of doing this was. I mean, the pessimist in me says that's never ever gonna happen, but maybe it's just luck. But I want to say that's what happened. Maybe I want to say that maybe Valve was thinking, I think maybe the delay in the Vive in fall of 2015 was due to the fact that HTC and Valve finally figured out how much the headset's going to cost, and they're like, wow, it's $800. That is a lot. That's way too much, and the consumers are not going to like this when it comes out. So I think we should delay it for a while, see what Oculus does, and then release after, because we're probably going to be more expensive than the Oculus. Yeah. So $200 more for the the controllers and the base stations. Good deal.
Yeah, that's surprisingly good.
I think everyone seems to be receiving this a lot better than the Oculus.
And you need those controllers to really
do anything,
be fully immersed.
For
the Oculus,
the vast majority
are coming out
games.
way later in the year, and it'll cost extra money.
Yeah. So
it's probably, it might be, would it probably be even? I don't know how much those controllers cost. I'm thinking.
The thing is that I don't think the controllers, okay, so consider the fact that the Steam controller is $50, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if we have two of those, that's $100. But then you have the receivers and the base stations, so those cost $100, like another $50 each. So $50 for each component. Each controller is $50, and then each base station, lighthouse station, whatever that tracks the controllers is $50. That's fine. I mean, in reality, I would think that they're a little bit cheaper than they should be, but at the same time, the headsets themselves are not on par with each other either, because the Vive is higher quality, has a camera and all that. So you have to take that into account too, right? So like we'll put the I think it's fair to say that we'll put the Vive at costing $650-$700 for like and then $100 more than the Oculus, and then $100 for all the control stuff probably. Because I mean, you get the camera right with the Vive, which you don't get on the Oculus. So I think that's a
I think
fair.
the Vive is nicer.
I think so
I think
too.
the Vive is nicer, and for the price, it's better because who's going to buy a VR headset? Who's willing to spend $500 or $600 and not $800?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Like, come on.
You're like you might as well, right? I mean, you're gonna get by the controllers anyway, so. Yeah.
Yeah, if you're getting VR, you're not gonna like get subpar because
you're not gonna go
spending
budget.
a fuck ton of money on it.
Budget VR is an oxymoron. So.
Well, there's Google Cardboard.
Oh, that's true. True. But if you want like a gaming experience for Star Citizen or whatever, I mean those types of games are games that you could go without the controllers, right? Cockpit games.
Yeah, you got to get your like flight stick and stuff.
You got to get a flight stick. I'll talk about that in a little bit too, because I've been trying out Star Citizen this week. So yeah, HTC Vive price solid. I'm okay with it.
Yeah,
it's expensive, and I'm probably not gonna buy it, in this iteration, not now. But that's fine I'm okay with that. That's a good price.
Nice.
And last bit of news. Because we're gonna keep it pretty short this week, because we have limited amount of time. Again, Mobile World Congress is out this week, and the big Samsung giants revealed their this year's phones. The phone space is getting pretty boring. It's like oh yeah, it's thinner, it's lighter, it's still got us the same shitty battery life. It's done, tried and true. We know how the phones work these days.
Running out of things to invent.
Yeah. LG's sort of shaking it up. This year. Their G5 has the chin of the phone, so the bottom bezel underneath the screen is removable, and you could sort of like attach stuff into it. So like you could remove it and then swap it out for like a little camera grip. And it comes with like knobs and dials, so like dedicated buttons for your camera, if you're like. And then there's another one that's like a audiophile thing, and it's like a headphone amp that you plug in. And then there's another one that's just like a big battery pack, which is pretty cool, I guess. And yeah, but they are tying for Apple for world's ugliest battery pack. If you saw the battery pack from last year from Apple, yeah, it didn't look that great. So yeah, LG's doing this cool thing where they're swapping out components, and I wonder what's next, because like I don't know what else you could do with your phone, to be honest. I mean, I'm not a
that'd be really
heavy
weird if
phone.
that caught on.
Yeah,
if, like, every phone in the world had like 12 different components you carried around with you everywhere.
Yeah, just like attachments. I mean, I think that I'd be down for that, to be honest.
Like, I guess you could just leave it in your car and then go and get whatever you need. So it's not that crazy.
Yeah,
but it's weird having like the whole point of your mobile phone is that it fits in your pocket. Don't have to worry about it. It's all perfect, except for here's 12 things to attach to it. Kind of feels like it defeats the purpose, but you can work around it. It's not crazy. Yeah,
I think it's a good amount of like inconvenience to add. Like say regular, you wouldn't have anything on your phone, 9 to 5 work week, but I'm going to go on a trip this weekend, go on a day trip this weekend. I'm going to bring the big battery pack, or I'm going hiking, I'm going to bring the camera pack. or I'm going on a long trip and I want to listen to some my good headphones on the trip. Give me the bass.
Yeah,
sound.
I like this more and more because for the phone's purpose, it's all in one.
Mm-hmm.
And even though there is little attachments, it's still technically all in one. It's doing everything that you want it to.
Mm-hmm.
So I like that a lot.
Yeah. And LG's been doing really good on like their phone stuff. Like they're the one of the few manufacturers I personally like in terms of Android phones. Samsung is kind of sketchy. I don't really like how they handle the software. It's like really bloaty. Sony, I'm using a Sony phone. I'm using a Sony phone right now, and it's okay, but I have some issues with it. And the cool thing about the LG phones is that you have a removable battery and expandable storage. So if you're holding crap tons of music or videos or whatever, you can do that. And then if you run out of battery in the middle of the day, you could just take out a new battery and plug it in, and then you could keep going as if nothing happened, which I think I really like. I really like that idea. So yeah, that's it though for phone stuff. Oh yeah, and then Samsung announced their new phones. They took out micro SD support from their last phone, and then they're adding it back this year. So people actually care about storage, and they're not just streaming everything, as most people thought. So, although I mean, I think a lot of people are still streaming. So, that's it.
Yeah.
That's it for news. It was a lot, but we went through it real fast.
I feel bad that we have to rush through this week.
I do. I know. We'll save a lot of discussion for the 50th podcast, though. So
50th is going to be interesting.
I feel like we should just have everyone bring the most random topic for everyone to talk about. And I don't know.
I'm going to have a good topic.
I'll bring something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it should be like a surprise. Okay, let's talk about sidewalks for 15 minutes. Go. Random.
That would be really fun. Actually, we'll do games.
I'm down for that.
We'll do games.
Basically, it was like in my English class in high school. It was 1-minute speeches where everyone in the class writes down words, and you have to do a speech about that thing for a minute. But we would do it for a discussion of something tangentially related to things we like.
That sounds fun.
Okay.
We'll do it. Time discussions. Okay. Moving on to the last chapter of the podcast. What we've been checking out, testing, producing, consuming, etc. Max, wow, I miss him already. Single tier.
Max has been really quiet this episode, but I think it's his time to shine now.
No.
Max, pipe up.
Taylor, what have you been checking out this week?
I played new games. Played a game called Devil Daggers, Dagger Devil. I need to look at this up. I forgot which order.
I think it's Devil Daggers.
Devil Daggers. Yes.
You showed me that. That looked cool.
It's fucking awesome. I basically told every one of my friends to buy it because it's a score attack kind of game.
Uh-huh.
I'm describing it as Geometry Wars and first person shooter, but with metal Doom Doom kind of art.
Right.
And it's lo-fi. So I wanted all my friends to buy it so we could do score attack.
Okay.
Try to do competitive, but no one's bought it. So I'm at the top of my friends list. So I'm kicking ass there. But it's first person shooter. It's all skeleton. Every single enemy is some kind of skull or skeleton.
Spooky.
And it's kind of lo-fi, and the sound design. Every enemy makes its own creepy fucking sound. And eventually it's a small arena where you can fall off. Eventually there's so many different things on the arena and all their sounds overlapping into one of each other. It's absolutely stressful and terrifying, which is really perfect.
Screeching
and bones rattling and spiders crawling.
Gross.
But the spider is a giant skull spider.
Oh, okay.
And this
Gotta
game
keep
is
it spooky.
On top of the aesthetics, it's just a really solid score time trial, see how long you can survive kind of game. It reminds me a little bit, but it's expanded on this a little bit of zombies from Call of Duty.
Okay.
Because there is a basic enemy in the game where they're just skulls that fly at you, so you're kind of trying to kite them and run around and kill their spawners, and then there's a giant skull spiders pop up, and there's different times. Basically, seeing how long you can last. It's not score,
Oh,
which is an
okay.
important distinction for me.
Okay.
Because score games like you were doing the combo in the down well, and I was just trying to see how far I can get in the down well.
Yeah.
So I just like to see how far you can get rather than trying to do it the most efficiently and score wise.
Oh, I see.
And I want everyone to play this game. It's $5.
I will pick it up this week, I think. After this week beats me up, I'll
Yeah,
find
it's
something
fucking
else.
it's so stressful. I did my record run, and then afterwards I had to go and talk to someone, and they like I had trouble because I had so much adrenaline going
Dang.
of like nerves and then victory, and at the same time I was just like kind of shaking and talking. They probably thought I was on meth or something. And it's also the metal aesthetics of it. Whenever I say metal, I instinctively put up the devil horns in my hands, even though no one can see that. I want everyone to know that I'm actually doing that every time I say metal. But the aesthetics, I've had an interesting time trying to find the perfect music to play it, and I'm pretty sure I have found the perfect accompany music since there's no music in the game itself.
Oh, okay.
It's what's it called? Dope Throne by Electric Wizard.
All right.
It's a doom and stoner metal, and it's like it's loud and slow and fucking dark, and it's so perfect for this game. That I played this game for 3 hours, and I've listened to that one album like half of that game time.
That's pretty cool.
It's just more mood setting because you can't even focus on the actual like notes or anything. It's just all mood. It's so good.
Awesome.
It's so good.
Sounds fun.
And I'm ranked like 350 on the leaderboards, so
Oh, good job.
I'm happy about that.
Nice.
I still play on the other like every once in a while. I play Race the Sun, and I try to hit the sub 1,000 leaderboard when I can.
You guys ever been like the top on the leaderboards for games and stuff?
Ooh.
Yep.
That's a good
Oh
question.
wait, like how like global?
Yeah.
I want to say I have at one point, but I can't remember when. So.
I mean, mine are just like obscure PC games like this. There's only like 5,000 people play this game.
Weren't
or
you really
something,
good at
but I
dive
still-
kick for a while too?
Yeah, that was the thing I was gonna say. I was ranked 99 out of like 7,000 people on dive kick
Nice.
until they
Alice
patched
counts.
it and changed Markman. Also,
play-
rip in peace, Markman, the actual Markman, the guy that worked for Mad Cats. They
What
fired
happened?
him.
Oh.
They laid him off. They
Oh,
laid
that's
off, like,
right.
everyone.
That's right. Mad Catz did like a ton of huge layoffs.
Mhm.
I mean, given
Including
how
Markman.
terribly like their peripherals were crap. I mean, the
The
only
fight sticks
peripherals
were
worth
good.
buying. The only thing that worth buying from them were the fight sticks, and probably
You ever had
the
the shitty
joysticks.
like GameCube Mad Catz controller?
I had
or
the
something like
worst
that?
one. It was like translucent, extra
Yeah.
small.
They make you think it's cool, but it's just garbage.
Like it's got like useless rubber grips that feel really
Mm-hmm.
uncomfortable in your hand. It's extra small. The buttons are terrible, and the translucent plastic is distasteful at best. Oh, I get PTSD just thinking about it.
Thinking about
It's
what?
okay though. I was only player 2. I wasn't. I feel sorry for my sister who was player 3. She had to deal with that one. I have to make it up to her one of these days. So yeah. So Double Daggers really good. Encourage people to play it. Nice.
I encourage everyone to play it. It's $5,
Pick it up.
and I want everyone to play it.
I do want to try like having us all play the same game and like do a video about it one of these days. So
Let's
maybe
do
will
this
be
one
it.
because I'm already good at it and play it 3 hours more than you guys. So
And this is something
really
that
good
I can
sign.
pick up pretty cheaply too.
Yeah,
Mhm.
we could all pick it up real cheap.
Yep.
Cool. Anything else you've been playing, Taylor? Or
The Witness.
The Witness? Oh,
You know,
I
we
heard
talked
that
about that
game's pretty
before.
good. Yeah. Still,
So on Friday, I beat it, which is not beating everything in the game. Just you don't have to beat everything to
you
get the quote unquote credits.
you beat it, but you
then
didn't complete it.
Yeah, and then I decided to listen to a spoiler cast for that game. It's like I beat it. I think I'm done with this. The spoiler cast revealed a bunch of shit to me that I had no fucking clue was in the game, because it's just that kind of game where it's like super secretive.
Yeah.
So I decided to beat the rest of it. So I've almost beat everything else in the game now.
Awesome.
Which is which
How many hours have
I've
you clocked?
shamelessly 27.
Nice.
5 of that being today.
Oof.
I played that for 5 hours. Like, okay, go study. My brain is like, I've already thought. I've hit my quota of thinking today. I don't want to study anymore. I don't even want to do that.
Nice.
But yeah, can I just spoil the crazy shit that I already told Ravenstorm? Because are you ever gonna play this game, James?
I kind of want to pick it up at one point, maybe this summer.
Okay.
But
So that's probably a no.
yeah.
So okay.
What is it about though? Like, what's this like? With trying to be as vague as possible, like, what's the spoiler concerning?
It's a gameplay element that you won't know until you find it on your own.
That's cool. It's not story based; it's gameplay based.
The story in this game is also insane, and all of that is after you've beaten everything in the game is where you get the story.
Oh, okay.
Greetings.
It's very preachy.
Okay.
I don't know if people hate that or like that or don't like that.
Depends on whether you agree or not, I suppose. For some people.
Yeah.
Some people could.
Just the confidence in the gameplay and the level design, or not the level design, the puzzle design in that game is astounding. How confident he is in the ability of his puzzles to teach the players the game without any words at all. That's amazing. And that actual design is basically perfect, I would say. But the philosophy elements of it kind of feel like a high school notebook.
Oh, really? Pretty angsty?
Not angsty, but like really lofty and really thinking, has crazy, unique ideas that he doesn't want to cut it down to the most interesting bits. It's just like his entire brain just unfiltered at you. But that's not stuff you need to worry about until you play the game for like 35 hours. So the actual game itself is fucking amazing.
Okay.
And
yeah, I really want to pick it up.
I still want to spoil the
I mean, you could do it. I mean, I might forget by then. So
I'm fine with it.
Okay, I already told Ravenstorm. So the whole game is you going onto different panels, and there's a circle and a nub, and you have to trace the circle to the nub. And you play this game for 30 hours, and you realize at one point that not on a panel, you see, hey, that's a circle, and then you go over and put your cursor on it, and it acts like you're on a panel, and you can trace it to a nub.
So there's
outside of
nubs
the fucking
now.
panels. You don't notice any of the line puzzles outside of the panels until you notice one, and then all your brain can see is the environmental puzzles.
Wow.
And it's crazy because I played this game for 26 hours until I went, or not 26. I played it for like 20 hours and said, "Wait, what the fuck?" And then did it, and then is like, "How have I not noticed this entire time?" It's really like such an amazing aha moment, and also again, the confidence in his ability to say, "One of these times the player will find it. I'm not going to tell them anything about these puzzles. I am confident that they will just see it enough and subconsciously it'll add up over and over until they like actually do the environmental bit." And that's bled into my real life. Of anything that's a grid or anything that's a circle, my brain tries to trace it in a nub form. And that didn't happen until I noticed those environmental puzzles.
You have hallucinogenic persisting nub disorder.
My brain could compartmentalize, okay, this is a panel in the game, and then once I realized that there was the environmental stuff too, it's fucking everywhere in the world. Like my room, my windows are puzzles.
Nice.
Like there's just so many circles in the entire world. Have you ever noticed how many circles there are?
Yep.
If you want to notice how many circles there are, play the fucking Witness, man.
That's really cool though. That it changes the way you think. That's very, very impressive. Cool. Awesome.
Great game.
Awesome. Have you been like, has the Witness and Devil Daggers just taken all of your gaming time?
No,
as opposed to
I
XCOM?
play Hearthstone.
Oh.
I haven't played any XCOM at all.
Okay.
I've read conflicting things about XCOM, and my brain can only handle so much hatred, and the witness puzzles make you fucking hate yourself.
For being dumb.
And Devil Daggers also makes you hate yourself. They're like two very stressful games that I feel like I'm gonna need a breather before I go back to XCOM 2. Because I was excited to play XCOM 2 because all I played before was like Oxenfree and like Firewatch and stuff that's
All the
like
story games, not so many
story,
mechanic
real
based
casual,
games.
nothing to stress over. And then it's like, okay, XCOM 2, that'd be a nice fresh breath air. Did I say that right? No, I didn't. Breath of fresh air. Sorry. And then I played The Witness and
Fresh
Devil Daggers.
breath of Bel Air.
And then I played Devil Daggers and Witness, and now my brain hurts. So I'm gonna have to. I'll get to XCOM 2 eventually.
Okay.
There's still more Witness to play.
Cool.
Nice.
Yep.
Nice.
I see why now that you'd never bothered touching the Division beta. I'll talk about that in a sec too.
Oh yeah,
I
I didn't even
have to say.
install it.
Yeah, don't. It's okay.
That's all right.
Yeah. Ravenstorm, how have you been checking out?
All right, so about a week ago, I was looking.
I can't take that term seriously anymore. I'm sorry.
Okay. How about 7 days ago?
Thank you.
Approximately
score?
7 days ago. Yeah, half a score ago. I was looking into traveling for free. How to travel the world for free, because I'm not doing anything right now, and I sort of want to gain some experience in life, you know.
Sure.
And so I found this excellent website and an excellent organization called Worldwide Opportunities on Organic Farms. And first time reaching out to this farm, lovely place up in Washington, run by this couple who basically they have. Do you know what homesteading is?
I sort of do. I believe it's like kind of like you work for shelter basically, or like you work to stay. It's like a really good way to like just travel around where you could just work for your keep while to stay for a while, and then just move on once you're done.
That's not exactly what it is, but that's what I'm doing.
Okay.
Homesteading is self-sufficient living, and basically you get a plot of land and you make it produce, and you can go off-grid like this. And I really want to learn how to do that. I'd really like to learn to be economically independent. And so I found a farm that is focused around teaching that. And on March 3rd, or March 4th, or March 5th, I'm going to be flying up there and staying for a month to start out, but I might stay all the way through harvest season, which is October.
Awesome.
That's fucking crazy.
It's not, though. It's amazing, dude. I have, speaking of minimalism, Taylor, you'll like this. All the things that I'm bringing with me fit at the foot of my bed.
That's amazing.
It's fantastic.
How are you gonna deal with all your learning programming and stuff?
I know enough to make the farm a website, and I'm just gonna sort of freelance along the way. I'm bringing my camera and my microphone, and I'm gonna.
Will you still be able to talk to you?
Along the way. Yeah, of course.
Okay. I don't know how remote they are.
Oh, they're
farmers have the internet.
They're very, very remote. They do have the internet, so I'll be able to text and message you guys, or message mostly. But I'll only be able to really podcast. We have to work this out, because I have to bus into the closest town to go to a library where they have unlimited bandwidth.
And you're gonna have to find a room where you can talk in the library.
Yeah. Couldn't be too
We're sitting
hard.
here, you talking, and then a librarian go shh like every 3 seconds.
Yeah,
that's fine.
I told Ravenstorm that we'll try to make our podcast more serious, so you don't laugh too much.
It's not gonna work.
Yeah, I don't think so. That's really exciting.
Yep.
So what have you been doing in
crazy.
preparation?
That's awesome.
I've been practicing my mandolin and working up a set to perform. I've been doing some regular exercise, going on morning runs, cleaning out my closet. Went ahead and just ditched all the clothes that I'm not going to wear this hot Sacramento summer. The temperature up there, year round, the low is 35 and the high is 75. That's is like so perfect awesome. Weather as far as I'm concerned.
That is awesome. I would love temperate weather like that.
Yep. And it's supposed to be really nice. it's cold year round, so I ended up going to Thrift Town and I bought like an entire new wardrobe of like washable work clothes, durable, warm, just nice. Got some thermals, jackets, boots. Got a real sweet pair of full grain leather boots by the company Echo, and
Sick.
they were $7, and I'm sure that those boots are over $100 when they
Shouts to
sell.
Thrift Town.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
Thrift Town.
seriously.
I got my favorite T-shirt from Thrift Town. It's just a gray T-shirt that says bowling shirt on it,
Nice.
and I love
That's
it.
really cool.
Nice.
That's really awesome.
I'd like one of those. That's
Is
cool.
it
I
like
haven't
in
gone
like?
bowling since I bought that shirt.
Is it like all caps too?
No, it's just like the most boring font you could imagine. Like there's no imagination put into this T-shirt.
Very
I saw a
minimalist.
man wearing a shirt today that says "I am George."
You should ask him if his name is
Twist.
George.
He's not.
To be an asshole, yeah.
I bet he's not.
No, nobody's
Yeah.
what they seem.
Yep, but it's
What
gonna be.
what are you gonna try and binge on before you go up there?
That's one thing. I'm definitely binging on Metal Gear Solid. Metal Gear Solid
gonna miss
for
that.
days.
Gonna
Yeah,
miss that.
I'm gonna miss everything about this high performance computer because I'm going back to my laptop, and my laptop is slow. It's
I
good
mean-
enough, but it's slow.
What if I took your computer?
Wait, if you took my computer?
Yeah, is your brother gonna use it?
Yeah, he's gonna use it.
Damn.
It's staying in my room and everything, and he's just gonna move into my room.
I'm just gonna act like you're dying and take all your shit.
Just like- no. He left this to me.
It's in his
bequeathed.
will. It's like you just wrote this on crayon.
Yep. It's a napkin.
Have you ever seen that scene from Parks and
Ravenstorm.
Rec? Have you ever seen that scene from Parks and Rec where Ron Swanson is trying to make his will?
No, I don't watch
Oh.
Parks and Rec. I
Oh,
haven't.
okay. Okay.
You
It's a-
should
it's a
download
good
that
scene.
on your shitty laptop, and you'll enjoy that.
All
Yeah.
right, I will. Yeah, I can watch videos on it. That's fine.
True.
Yeah, you can just go into town and internet whenever you want. For
No,
like,
I can't. Not whenever I want because
and obviously, yeah,
yeah.
sorry.
That'd be really, but it'll be really interesting. Like as just an experiment to like minimal communication for most of the week.
That's how it's got to be. Because
How much have you talked to them, the couple?
Huh?
How much
Okay,
have you talked to the
so
couple?
we've had like 5 longish emails worth of correspondence, and 2 separate phone interviews.
Okay, that's cool.
Good stuff.
It seems
It's
like
just
a really.
so it's just the three of you.
No, it's that. Okay, so it's husband and wife, and they're both educated. He's got a degree in renewable energy, and she is some sort of like ecological conservation resources thing. They have 2 kids. One's 13 and one's 7, I believe. And it'll be me. I'm the first volunteer intern that they have this year.
But they
And
take
then-
them every year, right?
Yeah, they
just
take them
like-
every year, and
So they know how to do.
there will be
these
more.
things.
It's just that I get the yurt. I get to stay in what's called a yurt, which is just a big semi-permanent tent that apparently has the same square footage as their small house, which
Wow.
is pretty nice.
Nice. Is it furnished?
I think it is. I think it is furnished,
At
but
least
there's
partially furnished.
there's only one electrical outlet in there,
Ooh.
and a sink that
Gotta-
drains to a bucket.
Gotta get your power strips then.
This is
Yeah.
such a like enticing thing. If I didn't have any, if I were in your position, I would do this 100%.
Dude,
Yeah.
I was amazed that more people aren't doing this because you get to travel for
I mean,
free.
we're all funneled into the college
Yeah,
system.
like it. I kind of want to talk about that next week too. It's just like all the possibilities of living that you have, basically as an adult.
Well, I'll be able to provide a good alternate perspective on that
I
basically
am
from here on because
so excited about that because
I am too. God.
the young adult angst is real.
It's not, but that's the thing. It's not angst anymore. I'm like caring less and less about what other people expect from me and what I should feel like I'm contributing, and I've just sort of settled on the fact that I like my independence and I'd like to maintain that and follow that, you know, because I was thinking like, what if I had a girlfriend? What if I had like obligations, a job, a house, or like an apartment? You know, I couldn't just pack up and leave, and I can right now, just pack up and leave. And it's amazing, and I don't think I want to lose that for a long time.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Wise words, Ravenstorm. Wise words.
Yep.
What if you could pack up and leave with your girlfriend? See?
That's the thing. I feel like I'll find much more compatible people. I plan to make lots of friends, much more compatible people with my views and my thinking and my lifestyle, obviously. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Yep.
That's
Great.
fucking awesome.
Yeah, I 100%
Glad to hear that.
Like, look forward to
Thumbs up, buddy.
Thank you, man. You'll be you'll be hearing from me. I mean, there's going to be lots of communication because I'm going to have to make my days off whenever I go into town like a letter writing day. I'll have to have like a day where I sit down, I do my blog, I do my like, message my family, message you guys, message my other friends. It's just like more slow paced but still thorough communication.
That's really cool because, like, honestly, having that limited communication is like really good because it basically it kind of like that limited time basically like it just makes you get to take care of the important things. It makes you like you find out what really matters. So you talk about what really matters when you can. And I think that's just the coolest
it's gonna
thing.
be a great time. Like I get to be a part of. They're constructing this shed that's gonna have solar panels on top and batteries in it for storage for the yurt and the house, and might even put up some more housing. And I gotta feed pigs. And
So are you getting paid, or is it just everything living is paid for, and then that's it?
I get 2 experienced cooks to cook for me, and I get a place to live, and I work only 8 hours a day. So
Okay, so that's. I was just curious.
yeah,
I'm not
and it's a
trying to
constant
say
it's a
that,
constant
like, you're
learning
getting
experience
screwed
too,
or something.
because this is
Yeah.
I made sure this is one of those farms that's focused on teaching rather than just ones that
Working.
focus on hosting travelers just to get the free work mostly, and those require fewer hours, but there's less participative experience and the labor is a little bit harder.
So what kind of farm is it? You said pigs. What else is?
They have pigs, goats, sheep. I think they have cows, chickens. They're an omnivore family, which I appreciate. I couldn't stand. I like ruled out all the vegan and vegetarian places because I don't want to be stuck with that.
Yeah, I mean, hey. No shadows are freedom.
What?
If you only eat things without shadows,
I don't.
It's
like
okay.
to eat things that cast a
There's no
shadow.
darkness without shadows.
I'll just photosynthesize, and then that'll be enough.
There's no
Yeah.
darkness without shadows. There's no shadows in the darkness, not Ravenstorm, James. There's no shadows in the dark.
Oh,
So,
so does that mean
you're-
you only? So if you're like a shadow eater,
You can only eat at night, is what we're saying. To be a nocturnal eater, so you don't eat anything with a shadow.
honestly, I could manage that.
But what's the benefit?
I don't
Only eat the
know.
lit side of things. You can only eat the lit side of things.
You can only eat 2D objects.
Yep. Damn.
Awesome.
Happy
Oh,
for you.
side.
Thank
yeah.
you. Thank
Oh,
you.
side note. Sorry, before interjection with like a very out of context thing. Palmer Lucky tweeted earlier today, I think. Who wants to go and watch anime in VR together this
I saw
weekend?
that.
Oh.
It's a beautiful thing.
Well, the thing is that you could do that in Gary's mod.
We should do that. We should all buy expensive VR headsets so we can hang out instead of just going to see each other.
Yeah.
Instead of just going on a trip.
I'd rather stay inside and watch anime in Gary's mod.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't
That's a
think so.
terrible life.
That sounds
Sounds terrible.
yeah. Okay. Anything else you've been checking out, Ravenstorm? I know Metal Gear, Rocket League.
I'm trying to think. I've been so focused on getting this together during the last week that I've just sort of like everything else has fallen by the wayside. It's mostly Metal Gear Solid though. Metal Gear Solid
Yeah,
is
boy.
just a great game. It's just a great game.
I'm glad that it is.
Game of the year.
Last year.
Last year.
Game of last year. The guy frowning.
Sorry,
In the
I texted. I
VR.
texted.
Nice.
I texted him a picture, and James kept it quiet. But Ravenstorm had to.
I'm
had
sorry.
to comment out.
It's funny.
It's
just
pretty
like,
great.
no.
It's from that VR auditorium. There's one guy who just looks super fucking like
Disappointed.
cartoon frown
Yep.
on his
Nice.
face.
Nice.
All right. One last. Oh, okay. All right. In terms of what I've been checking out Linux Mint. It's been nothing but a horrible mess, and I've been crashing, and it's been sad.
Because the hacks.
Because no, it's not the hacks. It's just my graphics driver crashed, and I had to reinstall a driver through the command line. Just typing everything out. Telling the computer via typing that you want to install drivers for something is not fun.
No. Telling the computer anything via the command line isn't that fun.
I'm so glad that I grew up past that.
I know. The GUI kids.
That's us.
Getting my brain hammered by various programming courses. That's kind of crazy.
You enjoying Haskell, James?
I've been enjoying MIPS and C.
You've been enjoying Haskell, James. What are you going to be doing with Haskell? Like
I've been using Haskell. I don't know what Haskell is. What is Haskell?
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, I've been using
Okay.
assembly and MIPS.
You can
and
use
C.
assembly, James.
Yeah. But in terms of games I've been playing, I've been playing Shadowrun Hong Kong because I'm still playing the extended campaign, and I've restarted a level like probably a dozen times today because I wanted to get the right team up and to tackle the mission properly, but I keep messing it up for some reason. Even though it's been fun, I've been playing The Witcher 2, also very fun. Not much to say there other than there's a lot of things I have. Like, the thing about The Witcher is that you have to prepare for battles. Like, you have to spend like probably a couple minutes like drinking potions and oiling your sword in order to like enter battle properly without
I
dying
know
immediately.
what you're saying. Yeah.
So I've been doing that. And oh yeah, CS:GO had an update this week. New operation. After months of no updates, they redid Nuke, DE Nuke, which was my least favorite map, and now it's added a lot more flexibility, which I kind of like. Still heavily CT sided though, so meh. On the plus side, I could get into B site so fast now. It's insane.
It's so fast.
And you can plant on top of the silos on Nuke.
Oh, nice.
It's
Nice.
kind of funny. So that's kind of weird. And last but not least, wait, a couple more things. One, Star Citizen. I finally got that working without it like hanging on me all the time. So I'm playing at a silky smooth 20 frames per second. Not really. I've been playing at like 40 frames on Star Citizen on lowest settings. It still looks good though, and like I've been playing like the drone sim where you like kind of shoot down a ton of like enemy targets that fly around with you, and that's actually been, pretty fun. I mean, it's pretty bare bones, but that's okay because I haven't been doing anything. And last but not least, I played the Division beta with Max before he got sick on Friday. I played for a total of 5 hours actually, which
That's a decent time for like you played the beta before though, right?
Yeah. Well, the thing is that 2 of those hours were spent just leveling up my character so I could get the gear.
So what do you think about the game?
So when I first played
given the time
when I
to
played the closed beta with Taylor and one of my classmates, I thought it was the greatest thing ever. I was like, wow, I'm gonna have so much fun in this game, having friends and just running around in the game. And then second time around, now it's all right, but I for some reason the magic is lost. Maybe it's just because I'm just too busy to think about how
Is it a
fun
known
it is.
quantity?
What do you mean by known quantity?
You already know what it is. So it's hard to be surprised
It's
and entertained by
that's possibly it. They did add a new mission though for the single player, and I thought that was actually pretty cool. You have to deal with the flamethrower guys, the cleaners. It's a single player, like it's one of the PvE missions that you have to do, and I thought that was pretty fun. But the dark zone's the same. I think they like it's a lot easier to get loot though. I think.
In the Dark Zone or in general?
In I want to say both. It's not too significant, but it's just like you get blues just a little bit more often. Blue tier items.
That might just be your level.
Often.
It
could be
your level.
maybe. It was still the stress is not lost though, because in the Dark Zone I picked up a blue Scar rifle, like one of like a DMR, and like it was like, wow, it was like a really awesome gun, and Max and I were just so stressed out trying to extract it without getting rogued last minute. And we extracted successfully, and it was pretty stressful though. So that at least that still retains its fun. But yeah, I didn't think it was as interesting. Maybe it's just because I haven't seen anything new yet, or maybe I didn't have enough people to play with. I only had just Max this time instead of 2 other people or 3 other people, and I didn't get to do any cool shootouts. I didn't even go rogue actually during the time I played.
That's why you need me. I'm your bad influencer.
Yeah, I know.
Just do it.
I know.
We outnumber them.
I know. I think Max was like, because he was new to the game, he was just being too nice.
Yeah, he doesn't understand.
Yeah, he doesn't understand the value of going rogue, so that's all right. But that's okay. So yeah,
I'm like the devil on your shoulder, and he's like the angel. It's like, no, it's okay. We can be nice. Do it.
Yeah.
Kill him.
Yeah. And drops are a lot easier to come across. And like the Dark Zone crates that you come across with keys and stuff, those refresh a lot faster now. So you can actually get the loot when you get there. Other than that, though, it's just pretty much the same stuff. Unfortunately, like when I played the closed beta, I was thinking about maybe picking it up at some point. Now I'm more on the maybe not. So take that for what you will.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's the case for a lot of beta players. Because in general, the model of having a beta release to the public and then. Because that's
it's the second time though that's the issue. That's the thing. That's the difference.
I know, but here's the thing. That it states your want. So you wanted to play. I wanted to play The Division, and some people stand in line at the dev conference that Taylor and I went to. Some people stand in line to play a game for an hour, and then they play it for like 10 minutes, and then it's like, oh, I played that game. Mm-hmm. You get the same thing from a beta. Mm-hmm. It's like, oh, I played that game. I know what it's like. I don't necessarily need to be playing it more.
Right.
And how many hours have you put in total?
5, and then I put 5 hours.
Hours? Like, do you need to play that game for more than 5 hours to say you've played The Division?
Oh, I see. I understand now. No, I don't think so. Yeah. I mean, actually, well, I think if I had maybe like 4 more hours, maybe double that time, I would say have a confident yes. But as it stands, still, I've played it, and I played it. I played the closed beta. I think that if I had only played one beta, I would have really liked it a lot more. Cool. But the game remains a good game. Just for me, I think I just got bored of it. I did, however, enjoy the PvE area a lot more this time around, which is interesting because I usually don't. I hated it in the closed beta, so I thought that was kind of interesting to note.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, at least you got something out of it.
Yeah. So that's what I've been playing. And I won't be doing much gaming this week because I'm going to get destroyed. But at the end of this week, I'll try to get Double Daggers and we'll play that.
Yeah, Devil Daggers.
All right. I think it's time for us to close out. Unless you guys have any closing thoughts you guys want to talk about.
That's about all.
That's about it. Yeah. I'm so looking forward to our next episode, though. 50, mm-hmm. Big 50.
Yeah. 50 from Washington. For me, at least.
Well, we'll see, right? Unless it's next week, we'll see.
Unless it's next week.
Yeah, maybe a parting podcast for you.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
If we can make it next week, that would be great.
That'd be good. All right. So, Ravenstorm, how's the we're setting up a new website, right?
Oh yeah. Okay. So right now we don't have the domain registered. I don't have the funds to do that either.
Oh, I mean, I could take care of that. Well, I thought we still
It's
have.
13. It's $13
Yeah,
to
I'll take care
register
of it.
addendum. But right now we're at addendum.wordpress.com, and it's just going to be. It's just basically like our collective blog.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the data break the blog. Just take it as that.
Yeah, and we'll just, I mean, there we'll just post our musings and articles and stuff like that.
Hmm. You can find updates from me regularly there.
Oh, that would be so cool.
They'll be weekly.
Love to read that.
Weekly. Yep.
Awesome.
Life journalism.
Life journalism. All right. I think that about does it for us this week. A little shorter than usual, but I think we still got a good amount of discussion in. So
We're
glad.
just fine. We're just fine.
So thank you for listening. This week's outro and intro provided to you by Grant Webster. His SoundCloud link in the video description. I'm tempted to let you do it again this time, Ravenstorm, but maybe next week. I'll let you do the intro next week as well. If you want to follow us, I'm at the James Lee on Twitter. You can check out my awesome tweets and retweets and whatever. Taylor at T Kelsey, and Ravenstorm at the Ravenstorm. If you want to check us out over at addendum.com, or I guess at this point addendum.wordpress.com, do please feel free to do so. On behalf of Ravenstorm, Taylor, and myself, thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
See ya.